there's a certain level of danger that comes with following your purpose that wakes up the mind in a unique way. When you decide to take on the adventure of your life and pursue your purpose, or pursue what you believe is your purpose and your life's mission, it ends up being you against the world until you start getting a bit of success, until you start getting some results and people seeing that you're actually doing things, and then everyone wants to jump on board. At the beginning it's just you by yourself, you against the world, and there's a little period as well where it's literally just going to be you and God, and you thinking that you're crazy. For a lot of the time you're thinking that you've lost your mind, or you're going through the ups and downs. Sometimes you're really high spirited because you're following your purpose and you're doing well and this is what you're meant to do, but then sometimes you get them periods of doubt where you aren't sure if you're on the right path or if you're making a mistake, if you're fucking up, or at the end of the day, failure is the greatest teacher anyway. So even if you think you're following your purpose but it ends up not being that exact thing that you thought it was, at least you're failing forward, at least you're trying, you're going out of your comfort zone and you're doing things that are scary and making you grow as a person. You're putting yourself out there and stuff, and that's all gonna help mold you in the shape that is gonna be necessary for the person that you have to become when you want to achieve your goal. You've got to be a little bit gone in the head. You've got to lose your mind to your passion, to your purpose, because otherwise you're not going to make it. You've got to feel like you're losing your mind a little bit. It is a scary feeling sometimes, and it's really tough. I think that's why, obviously, it's not for everyone. And I think sometimes the feeling like you're losing your mind it strengthens you, because when you're out there on your own, you're putting yourself out there, you're withstanding society's pressure and all the people around you is pressure, where most people don't even realize the vision that you have in your mind. So they're not even doubting you. A lot of them are not doubting you negatively or trying to put you down or anything like that purposefully. They just don't see what you can see, so they're not resonating with it. But that's another thing that might instill doubt in you, is just the fact that other people can't see what you can see. But the dealing with the feeling that you're losing your mind is something that makes you so much tougher and resilient. When you can overcome that, where you feel like you're going crazy, but you stay positive and you stay faithful and working towards a purpose no matter what happens, even if you feel like you're losing your mind. I think that's one of the obstacles that you have to overcome to eventually reach your goal. So just realize that sometimes you have to look like you're crazy, or even feel like you're crazy sometimes, when you have this unshakable self-belief. But it's not coming from a grandiose place, it's not coming from a narcissistic place, it's just coming from you knowing what you have to offer and what you can give and serve to the world. You've got to stay laser focused on your vision and not let anyone shake your internal belief system. And that's it. The element of danger, when you decide to embark on your adventure, it wakes up certain genes inside your brain that wouldn't happen if you didn't go outside of your comfort zone and you didn't choose to take on your life's adventure. So do it. You've got to get out of your comfort zone. You've got to make the decision. If you're someone that wants to achieve great things or do things that not a lot of people could do, you've got to first make the decision that you're going to do it, and then take the action and do everything that needs to be done, and go through all the obstacles, walk through the fire. The fire's going to purify you. It's going to burn out all the shit. It's going to burn all the fat and all the shit off of you, and it's only going to be the lean meat is going to be left on you. Only the pure good stuff. And that's what you need to become the person that would achieve the goal, and that would be something normal to them. You have to go through the fire to basically be the person that deserves the goal. I recommend you move out of your hometown if you haven't already done that. And the further away you move, the better, without going crazy, because I don't believe you need to complicate yourself too much, because you want to be able to focus on building something for yourself as well, but something that's achievable. I wouldn't jump into the deep end straight away, you know, just baby step it. And if you can move to somewhere that they don't speak your local language and you don't speak the language as well, I think that's an added bonus, because when you move somewhere new and you don't speak the language, that just wakes up something inside you. It's like a survival mechanism, and that's a real, aside from it being a culture shock, which will also wake up other genes inside of your brain, which will help you, which will make you evolve, basically open your mind to other people and other cultures in the world. It's also gonna just put you in survival mode, in a good sense. If you don't escape yourself, and if you do things the right way and strive to be the best person that you can be each day, you'll end up eliminating all the shitty habits that you had in your hometown. You'll keep only the good ones, and you'll build new good ones, good habits, and that's going to turn you into the person that you're meant to be, the version of you that's going to offer the most value that you could offer the world. But that's it. It all starts with the decision to take on the adventure and then live your truth. That's another one. Just never lie. Never lie. I'm not saying give out all your information and tell everyone all your secrets, but don't lie. That's a big one. If you speak your truth and you don't lie, then you'll live in your true life, you know? I'm not saying give people all your information, like I said, but don't lie, because when you're lying, you're not living your truth, if you know what I mean. You're not living your life, you're living somebody else's life. Confront the uncomfortable truths, and sometimes you're going to have to go through high tension situations where it would be an easy and like an immediate gratification thing to lie in the situation to get out of the trouble or whatever it is. But if you tell the truth, you'll go through the fire again, and it'll burn off the fat, and you'll be one step closer to becoming who you truly are. So don't lie. That's so important, that you've got to be hermetic in that sense. Don't lie. Have that be an oath to yourself. That's important. If you really want to become who you really are, you've got to always tell the truth, okay? But like I said, that doesn't mean that you have to tell people every single piece of information about your life or all your secrets and stuff. Sometimes you can just be silent, or not tell them that you don't want to share certain things. You don't have to share everything with everyone, okay? But yeah, it all starts with the decision to embark on your adventure, and then follow your heart, and just take the first step, and the next step will appear. Sometimes when you don't know what to do, just take the first step. Your faith in God or the universe, whatever it may be, needs to be enough to carry you through all the doubts that you have in the times that you're pursuing your purpose and your personal adventure. Because you're going to have plenty of them. But if you have a firm belief that you're trying to do the best that you can do in your own life, that's going to be enough to keep you calm and to give you your own self-assurance that you are doing the right thing, even though you're not reaping any rewards at the moment. As long as you're trying your best and you really are striving to be a person that adds value to the world and is of service, I believe that's how it works. You're trying to do something good. That alone should be enough to carry you through all the doubts. A lot of the times as well, you go through periods of doubts where it's kind of like you're facing an abyss, like a cliff edge or something like that. It's just like, whoa, am I completely wrong here? Have I lost my mind? You might go through a period of time. Usually it's not very long. If you stay faithful and you stay positive and believe and keep working hard, always after these periods of doubt where you face an obstacle or challenge or something and you overcome it, then you get like a reward, like the next level reward, where it's like, I believe it's like God saying, just keep believing, believe in yourself. Here's a small reward, keep going, you're on the right path. I'll just give you an example. I got this is uncanny really. I got a negative comment the other day. Had some guy trying to shit on me, trying to shit on my content, trying to shit on the quality of my speaking, and saying that I'm pretending to be wise, I'm winging it when I'm not really wise. 60 years old, which is kind of sad really, you know what I mean? Because he's going out of his way to try and bring someone else down that's only trying to help. But anyway, that aside, I saw it for what it was, but it's just like a negative comment, you know. And then I faced it, you know. I tried to be positive with the guy, but no worries anyway. And then lo and behold, a couple of hours later, which for me at the moment, I'm only small, you know, I'm not big on YouTube or anything like that. A couple of hours later, I got 4 or 5 comments, all positive, on another video, thanking me for the advice or for the video. And it just goes to show, if you just stay, I mean, I wasn't going to let that make me crumble anyway or anything like that, but it's just funny, isn't it? Because you get like 1 negative and 5 positive. That's what I got anyway on that day. But yeah, your self-belief and your belief in the substance, the all, has to be that alone enough to carry you through all the doubts. Because a lot of the time, most of the time, when you're doing something unique that not a lot of people wanting to do, literally not a lot of people, like less than 0.1% of the people are willing to do, you're going to be alone a lot of the time. So you need to get used to having faith, and you need to develop that faith muscle as well. There's another concept that I wanted to quickly touch on. It's about being too good to fail. I heard Alex Hormozy talking about that the other day or yesterday on one of his videos, you know, that he uploads to TikTok, and I thought that was a great idea, you know, just eliminating the possibility of failure because you're too good to actually fail. You know, he was talking about a sandwich, you know, sandwiches, and how can you make a sandwich be so good that when you take the first bite, it's like the best sandwich that you've ever had in your life. And then if you can get that right, then all the rest doesn't matter, because that's the most important part of the equation. But I love that. That's what I'm trying to be, you know. I'm trying to be the best that I can be in all senses, to then be able to deliver the best quality content in the videos and in the advice that I give. Because I know that my unique experience that I've had in my life is something that's really rare, and I'm blessed beyond belief. I have to share it because it's just, I feel like that's part of the reason that I'm still here and still sane and able to speak the way that I can speak, and that I've been guided with, along with the self-belief that I've managed to attain. I've been guided in this direction, and I believe that this is all coming together. Another thing that I wanted to touch on quickly is, there's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days, obviously, but you've got to be there to have the best days, to have the days where everything just clicks, where it's just magical, and it's like you are 100% you've arrived, you're delivering things unbelievably, be that whatever you're doing, whatever it is you're studying, whatever it is, you're making videos. If you want to be there on the day that it clicks, if you want things to click for you, you've got to be there on the good days, and you've got to be there on the bad days. You've got to try your hardest on the good days, and you've got to try your hardest on the bad days, because the days that click, they're random. You don't know when they are. You can't just expect, like a lot of people do, think that they're legends, just to get up off the couch and have that day click for you and everything be perfect, and then go and sit back on the couch for another 2 weeks. That's what a lot of people expect. They see only the best parts of other people, and they think that that person is just cut from a different cloth and that they're special. You can't just expect to get up off the couch and then all of a sudden deliver top 1% quality content, you know, like unbelievable clicking content, without having put all the grind and work in beforehand. It just doesn't work like that. You've got to go out there and be there on the good days and the bad days, because then the days that click are among the good days and the bad days. They can be among the bad days. You don't know, but you've got to be there for it to click for you. I'm not scared of failure. I welcome failure. I fail forwards. Failure and rejection is part of the process, and I've been rejected thousands of times, hundreds, thousands of times, literally. And that's something it's like putting yourself in the fire. It burns the fat away. It burns the shit off. So rejection is like a spiritual thing. You literally get humbled, and you get shown who you really are, and then what you need to tweak and what you need to work on and what you need to improve. So I always welcome rejection. I always welcome failure. Fail forward, fail in the right direction. Don't be scared of failure. And the people that are laughing at failure, usually the people that are scared of failure, or the people that don't put themselves out there enough to actually fail. It's funny that, isn't it, how it all works out like that. But that's it, man. It's just part of the building blocks, you know. Each failure, each rejection is just a building block to the person that you're supposed to be, to the empire that you want to build.